Hey, what's up? This is Devin Walker, and this is my first ever WordPress Friday news roundup. Lots of news happened this week, so let's jump into it. You can see a big item that happened this week, or big thing that released this week, was WordPress 6.4. And within this release, we also received the new 2024 theme. And so this is a really big new theme that's been released. It's the first block-powered full site editing theme, default WordPress theme that we've received, and it actually looks really great off the bat. A release with style. I really like that. This page is beautiful. Shout out to all the contributors that went into this release. I know it was an underrepresented group that led it, so thank you for all your hard work on that. And if you want to know exactly what's in this new release besides the new theme 2024, check out this post from Rich Tabor, which has 150,000 views almost, but within it, he has 19 awesome animations that go into exactly what is new in this release. One of my favorite features is the ability to rename groups of blocks. I've been a stickler within Photoshop and Figma for a long time, and it's always bugged me that I couldn't do that within the block editor. And now you can, and that's awesome. As well, there's a new modal light box. And if you want to know more, this video is what's coming in WordPress 6.4. It's here now, but this is a great rundown by Jamie Marsland from Poodle Press. It's on YouTube. It shows you all the cool features in a really polished and professional way, but then also describes what didn't make it in WordPress 6.4, such as the font library got bumped and some other features people were wanting. But look for that in WordPress 6.5. But it wasn't all sunshine and rainbows, unfortunately. Right off the bat, people were noticing some issues with updating plugins, updating various items on their site, and even updating WordPress core, I believe. So it all stems to this REST API issue. Actually, it stems further back in the server from that, but essentially curl issues. And if you know anything about how WordPress works, how it receives its updates, how it communicates with a lot of third parties or repos, we should say, then there was a big issue that was noticed pretty much almost immediately post-release. And it's gotten a lot of attention. And luckily, the contributor team scrambled quickly and were able to patch this. And WordPress 6.4.1 has been released since. And so I typically like to wait a little while before I jump in. I know that's pretty standard for a lot of folks, but I know a lot as well that like to run bleeding edge technology and they update right away. Unfortunately, with this one, if you're not on a reputable host that patches it for you and you're able to update from 6.4 to 6.4.1, you might still be stuck. There are plenty of instructions on how to get out of that. But now I would say it's more safe to update. 6.4.1 has been released. I think it released in less than 24 hours, and the patch got merged right away. And so we should learn a lot as a community, as a contributor team about this and how to have better releases in the future. But I don't want to take anything away from 6.4 and all the great stuff that's packed into that. So check it out. And lots of folks have updated already, and it's getting a lot of attention. The next thing on the news docket for today is Jetpack Creator. So Jetpack Creator is a new feature under products and growth. Under the growth segment here, you can see it right here, Creator. And this is the marketing page for it. And I'm going to be honest here, it took me a while to wrap my head around exactly what the heck this is. But essentially, it's a collection of blocks that allow you to monetize your blog further, donations, memberships, newsletters, and essentially 40 plus blocks to elevate your content. It has an add-on block with AI, so you're going to pay a little more for that. And you can use this for free, but it does come with some caveats. So before we get into the pricing, I also want to talk about one feature that struck my attention. It's this creator network, this vast creator network. So I want to dig into more of that. What the heck is the Creator Network? I know Medium.com has gotten a lot of praise for their writer network or whatever they call it. And is this a competitor to that, or is it, something maybe a little bit more marketing language that maybe it's not that special? I'm not sure. So I know Michael Stott, the product manager behind this. I've known him for many years, and I asked him on Twitter what exactly it means, and I didn't get a whole lot of specifics though. And the Jetpack article that talks about exactly what it is doesn't really dive too deep into what it is as well. So I'm still trying to figure out the specifics around it. But from what I gather, it's a combination of the WordPress.com reader view. So if you have WordPress.com, there's a reader tab here. So this is all WordPress.com sites will have this in their header, and it will show all your subscriptions. And I'm assuming when you join the Creator Network and pay into it, then you can have your content elevated on there. Correct me if I'm wrong there. But I'm just questioning, how vast is this network? Because I do have several subscriptions in here to the developer WooCommerce channel, and it doesn't appear to get a whole lot of circulation or exposure, let's say, compared to some of the other writing networks. Let's just say Medium.com as well. You get access to word ads. This is mentioned within the Jetpack article, but what exactly is word ads, and how does that relate to the Blaze network that launched? More on that in a bit. But as far as word ads goes, this was news to me, and I've been in WordPress for 12 plus years now. But this site doesn't look like it's been updated in quite some time, and it looks like it's a little bit of put on the back shelf from what I can tell. So I'm still a little confused as the benefit there. But just so you know, with Jetpack Creator, the pricing, if we go and take a look at that, is not exactly free. So you can use the blocks for free, but you're limited on the number of imported subscribers. So if you have a large MailChimp list, you can only import 100 of them. Not sure why that is. You'd think that you could. Why is that a pay differentiation there? But if you pay $20 a month, they'll give you $10 off the first month. Then you do get to import unlimited subscribers. But the thing that caught my attention is the 10% transaction fees for the free version. Now, keep in mind, this is in line with Gumroad and Substack, which they mention in the Tavern article, but those are different types of services, and you can sell physical products on there, digital products, I believe physical. But as far as like monetizing your blog, you're going to be paying for that, whether you use a free version or not. So this is what Jetpack or Automattic will receive from your payment. And this does not include Stripe or PayPal fees as well. So just a quick breakdown here. The free version, 10% Jetpack Creator fee. And then typical Stripe fees would be 2.9% plus 30 cents per transaction. So you're looking at 12.9% plus 30 cents per transaction. And the Pro version, you're going to pay $20 a month, and then they'll lower the fee 8%, but they're still going to still take a 2% Jetpack fee or Automattic fee, whatever you prefer. And so you'll basically be at 4.9% plus 30 cents. Now that's 5% better than Gumroad, but what are you getting on top of that? You're getting a bunch of blocks and access to a creator network and some other things that aren't very clear to me. And if you watch the video here, in my opinion, it's not the greatest video. It doesn't really describe much. It looks very stocky, and I think they could do a lot better than this. Maybe this is a V1 just to get it out the door. But there's some stuff left to be desired here and some question marks that need to get answered. But I don't want to take anything away from this. Besides that, we need to get some more clarity on what exactly it is. But from what I see here, the marketing looks really nice. And it does mention the Blaze advertising credits. Which brings us to our last news item of the week. And this is an interesting one. And essentially, it's Tumblr. What's going on with Tumblr? So if you know, Automattic acquired Tumblr for next to nothing in 2019. And Matt Mullenweg likes to say it was, or he mentioned in a Tumblr post, I believe, or another Ask Me Anything or interview, that it was free like a puppy. So paid very little for it, and it was still millions of dollars, but for what it was in the past, it was next to nothing. But like a puppy, you just have to keep feeding it. Those servers have to stay on. Costs a lot of money just to keep this thing online. And it doesn't seem like they were ever able to pull any sort of profit of it. They tried a lot of things like Tumblr Live. The community didn't like it at all. And essentially there's 600, this memo got leaked from an internal Automattic post, but 600 plus person years of effort put into Tumblr since the acquisition in 2019. The good news is they aren't laying off anybody. They're giving them the opportunity to work on other products at Automattic, like potentially text.com or wordpress.com. There's some really cool stuff. I think the text.com acquisition was really cool. But it seems like they are kind of putting it on life support from this memo. And so once this news dropped, Matt Mullenweg sort of went into, for lack of a better word or term, damage control mode, and spun up an Ask Me Anything, much to his credit on here, very transparent, and essentially answered all the questions from the community via the Tumblr site. And there's lots of great posts in here, lots of great feedback. So if you want to read all about that, I'll link that in the description below. But it doesn't quite seem like it's not going to go offline, but it seems like it is. What he says in this specific post is that they're going to try new things next year, and they're going to be a smaller, more nimbler team, and they're going to beef up some of the safety and compliance teams. I believe that's what it's called. So they're leaning up the team. They're going to try different things, potentially listen to the community more, from what I read in his Ask Me Anything open book segment on there. And much to his credit, you know, he jumped on it. And from what I read, you know, he's been very nice and transparent on all this stuff. So, you know, we can see some different sides of the way he speaks to different communities and things like that. So it's an interesting read. And I think this is directly related to WordPress because of the Blaze network and what we're seeing with Jetpack Creator and all the team that works at Automattic. You know, they're very cross-pollinated as far as I understand. And it might potentially, it was a distraction for WordPress. Maybe it wasn't, I'm not sure. But if it's leaning up and the staff that's been working on Tumblr is going to now work on Woo, or we're going to work on WordPress.com, or work on even WordPress core, or even let's go to WordPress.org and WordCamps and all that. It could mean a good thing for WordPress. So that's my take on it. I still want to know more about this. So I'll be following this in coming days. But yeah, let me know what you think about the WordPress news this week. And I hope you enjoyed this. Let me know in the comments below. And I'll see you next week. Thanks. Bye.